Amazing, amazing. And what future plans do you have to work with central banks when it comes to Akon and digital currency?
It's a tough conversation when you're talking about.
I know, CBDC'S, I know.
Right, because I mean, they're still trying to understand what this is, and it doesn't benefit the establishment, you know. So, and Africa is one of the places where the people have to have a say. Like, they have to be able to be a part of the development of their own continent. And I just don't believe, and I haven't seen as much as I've done in Africa, the establishment playing their role.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, you know.
Yeah, I totally.
Which we're going to talk about 2 lectures from now, but it secures the whole internet. So all of a sudden you could deliver the pizza and get a passcode. And I have to tell you, I never knew how this worked before I was at MIT. So PayPal came along in 1998. I mentioned this, a whole bunch of other digital currencies then failed. But some of these people who we'll read later, like we'll read Nick Szabo's piece on smart contracts later, Adam Back, who created Hashcash, some of these innovations were what Satoshi Nakamoto later used. Some innovations which were really helpful and worked were Alipay and M-Pesa. Does anybody know what M-Pesa is?
I think it's used in Kenya as like mobile cellular enabled cash.
Right. In essence, they found out in Kenya, this was 10, 12 years ago, that people were trading mobile minutes. They were unbanked, but they had cellular phones, and they were trading their minutes as a form of currency. And Safaricom realized that and said, wait, we can help people be part of the digital economy, even if they're unbanked. And in Africa today, a half of the adult population, according to World Bank figures, is still unbanked. But half of that half has mobile phones. M-Pesa has 20 million customers in Kenya right now. So it's a form of money that's kind of swapping mobile minutes.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. The New World Order book is going to show you how the world really works. And it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. I told you at the beginning of the year, in the first quarter of 2022, we was going to have an event that was going to bring us down. And then also in the fourth quarter, we would have an event that would bring us down. That's exactly what happened. And now I'm going to tell you, in the first quarter, we're going to have an event that's going to bring us down in 2023. And then also in the fourth quarter of 2023, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, guys, the markets are still going to be pumping and dumping until they get ready to pull the full rug. But I'll let you know when that's about to happen. Now, also, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to get re-educated. And also, much love to those who donate to the Cash Shop and Patreon. And in my Patreon, I keep you up to date with the New World Order events. Also, I give you the New World Order cryptos in the Patreon. Of course, you have to do your own research. But this next bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure that you have the cryptos that have utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And we had Bitcoin and cryptos and stocks take a beating. But guys, we know cryptos is 24/7 and we're the only game in town. So tonight I do see us moving up slightly. We know it's not a lot of liquidity in the market. We have Gary Gensler speaking about the old technology of crypto. Don't forget about Liberty Reserve, which is not up there. And Liberty Reserve was moving billions and billions of dollars. So the NWO already knew that the system worked. And then if you look at Akon in Kenya, they bypassed the system using cell phone minutes. And what happened? The corporations came and monopolized it and stole the technology from the people. And guys, we've seen that movie before. And remember, the NWO moves in phases, guys. We already know this automated world that we're going to be in. All that technology is ready. But the foundation of any industrial revolution is the economy. And we know stable coins, CBDC'S, are the foundation of the fourth industrial revolution. And the reason why is because the robots, algorithms, and drones now have money. You no longer need humanity for the most part in order to do the tedious jobs. So we're definitely going to see a transformation over the next 3 years. Now, guys, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We had yield rates which were slightly up, but we know the reason why we took a big hit is because all the central banks were moving up interest rates. The U.S., the Fed, we had the Bank of England, ECB, all of them moved up. And then, of course, guys, we have volume, we have Tether, we have USDC, and we have Argentina's province to issue U.S. peg stablecoin. So, guys, I don't care what country you go to, they all have a plan for this digital transformation. That means that this is a global plan. That means that the hidden hands that control the world are behind us. It's easy to see, especially if you've been on my channel. You know I lay the plan out. And these stable coins are programmable, telling you what, where, and when and how to buy. And you have 3 to 6 months to spend it, or poof, it's gone. No more savings. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed repo still at $2.1 trillion. And they said they're not done with raising rates. As long as they keep raising rates, guys, it's going to kill the economy automatically. They don't have to do anything because the media has already programmed the masses that the Fed is fighting inflation for the people. But guys, we know that Congress and the Fed created the inflation that they're so-called fighting. So what does the NWO do? They cause the problem, wait for your action, and run in with the solution. And we already know what that solution is. And in order to bring in that solution, they need a crisis and they need plenty of distractions. And we see the crisis and the distractions are already set up to go over these next 2 years. And guys, you know I warned you about the debt ceiling earlier this year. So make sure you keep an eye on that. They've already punted it to next year. And we know with this new Congress, the Senate takes over the House. So they're going to put their foot on the gas when it comes to the Hegelian dialectic. Now, guys, don't forget about Grayscale. Moved down to about $14.8 billion. Now, guys, getting over into a little crypto news. We have Bitrue unable to access 280 million euros held at Genesis Global Capital. And, guys, we know that's all about Digital Currency Group, which we don't get any news on. The reason why, because there's powerful players. And those who are in my Patreon know I put the web together. And lastly, guys, you know I told you with this FTX situation, we probably have 1 more week of it. We know the bank man was working on derivatives, this $100 trillion market. Don't forget about SOFR, which is with the Fed. Then we have a Euribor, which you actually can see the ticker on CNBC every day. And you know I've done plenty of videos on it. That's using the Ethereum's blockchain. But they're going to be phasing out LIBOR, which is the most important rate, and bringing these new features that are going to be tokenized and put on blockchain and ran by an algorithm. And you know I did a video with Duffy, the CEO of CME Group, telling you this. So guys, the NWO is ready to flip this switch. And we know the flipping of the switch does not happen in America. It's over in the emerging markets first, and then it's going to move west. Because we have China, the dragon rising with that digital yuan backed by that digital SDR. And the fall of America to Babylon along with its legacy system and the United States world reserve currency. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you, don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread it everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Zero, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.